Recording. Hey, what's up, guys? How are y'all? Welcome back to the OS Rick Project, episode 85. How are you guys? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for hanging out. What's been going on, guys? What you been playing? It is Monday on January 29th, 2024. So hopefully everything is well, guys. How was y'all's weekend? What did y'all play? What y'all do? What y'all watch? Anything special? I kind of just chilled, relaxed. I was kind of tired from the work week, so Saturday I kind of relaxed, and then Sunday just played video games all day. So I have some footage of Monster Hunter Rise playing in the background, so feel free to check that out while you hear me rant and rave and talk like a crazy man and stuff like that. So thank you for being here, guys. Anyways, what have I been doing? Let me see. So been playing Monster Hunter. I got my ride. I've been getting into that because everybody's been talking about Power World, and Power World's not my style. I do like Pokemon, but survival isn't my kind of game. Um, and and I talked about it previously a couple episodes ago. The game has caught on, is doing a lot of things. I hope Nintendo sees this. Well, actually, they have seen this because they've ordered a cease and desist. Well, not a cease and desist, I should say, but a statement that they are aware of the other game, which is good. They've put them on notice because Nintendo has, the biggest franchise in the world and they're doing nothing with it. And I'm glad that Power World is around to challenge them and make them do something, innovative, and instead of just doing the same old stuff they've been doing and just putting games that are, not standing shoulder to shoulder with the rest of the Nintendo catalog. That being said, for everything that Power World is doing right, I want to put it out there, guys. Power World is still an early access game. These guys have had another early access game. It's still in early access. So I mean, that's always you always gotta know what you're getting yourself into. And I'm not saying just because it's early access is gonna be bad. It's just you gotta be aware that maybe they say, all right, well, kind of like that. What's the other game that came out? I keep forgetting. The day before, the day after. You know how those guys are like, all right, here's a game. Oh, guess what? We ran out of funding. We're packing up and going. I'm not saying that this will happen with Power World, but you always got to be, eyes open, right? Eyes open, because you never know. Let me see. So Monster Hunter, I've been doing a lot of that. I did want to get into Infinite Wealth. I wanted to pick that up, and I'll tell you why I didn't. But in the meantime, I've been playing Yakuza 0. I picked it up on the Sega sale. Sega had a Steam sale way back when, and I picked up Yakuza 0 for, I want to say, $5.99, $4.99. I don't know, it was dirt cheap. It was less than $10. So I picked it up, and I realized, you know what? Since I'm not going to be playing Infinite Wealth, I'll just play Yakuza 0 and give it a shot. I know it's not an RPG. I know it's more of just, you play as Kiryu, and you go around doing, it's very much like a dragon, but except you're a brawler beating them up instead of doing like turn-based action and stuff. What else have I been playing, guys? I think that's it. I haven't been playing any fighting games lately. I have, and I've been just burning through the Berserk series, guys. I've been watching the anime on Crunchyroll. Apparently, there's like several animes on it, and I've been reading the manga. So, and I've been blazing through them. Like, I'm on the third book already. Like, I mean, these are huge. But that's what I've been doing, guys. And a little bit Chainsaw Man. I finished the series again, and I'm reading the manga. So it's having a good. The mangas, I would say, if you enjoy the anime, guys, check out the manga. It's just as good. Let's get right into it, guys. I want to talk about 3 games that came out last week that I was so excited for. I had my heart set on that I was gonna buy day one. I was gonna get it. I was gonna play, and I was gonna have a blast, regardless if 2 fighting games came out back to back. I was still gonna pick them up both. And then, something happened. I think, like I said, what I mentioned about this year, how I gave myself this New Year resolution where I kind of want to hold off, not necessarily buy everything day one. Maybe wait to make sure everything is working as intended. And that's what I did. That's what I did with these games. Unfortunately, and I think being patient might have paid off. Um, unfortunately, French Bread's Unist 2, Under Night in Birth. Like they have a weird name, dude. It's the weirdest name ever, but it's a really good fighting game. But anyways, their sequel to Uniclear finally came out, and apparently it had a whole bunch of game crashing bugs, issues where you're trying to upscale the UI from 720 was causing issues. You couldn't do that. Things were crashing, lobbies weren't working. Just like the whole issue of things that come with the game on day one, right? And I think we've all been, me especially, me also, right? I'm right there with you guys. We've all been kind of trained that, well, it's the first day. Launch is probably first day at launch, servers are probably going to get slammed. It's going to be some difficulty. Maybe it'll get better later, right? And unfortunately, guys, that's something like I don't want to be part of. I don't want to be conditioned and be like, that's okay, that's fine. I think we have to start getting away from that mindset, from that zeitgeist when it comes to games coming out. And yeah, so Units 2 unfortunately has been having a lot of issues, and that's not like I like anti French Bread. Like French Bread, these guys did really good stuff with it with Multi Blood type Lumina, and with their other in the first Eunice, they did some good stuff with it, and they're a small team, so I'm not saying like I'm not saying bad on them, but they should at least possibly had a beta for the game to come out. They didn't, and probably because they didn't want people to have a cracked version of their game and playing it before it was finally out, which unfortunately that will happen, right? I mean, we saw it with Street Fighter. I don't know if we saw it with Tekken, if they kept playing the beta, or the beta stayed online, didn't it? I know with Street Fighter we saw that there was a cracked version of the game and people were calling each other out, and which is ridiculous because they all the pro players were playing it. So stop trying to freaking virtue signal. But yeah, Eunice came out in a rough state, and right now, like I think I'm sure it will be good to play. But right now, I'm just kind of like, wait. There's no rush. The fighting game is not going away. It's gonna be around for a while. So I'm just gonna have to just wait till it finally puts itself in. Until the developers finally fix it and put it in a good state. Oh, by the way, guys, I don't know if you know this. I don't script anything. I don't have a teleprompter. I'm just going off the top of my head. Okay, I don't write. I mean, I take a couple of notes and I just kind of look at them just to give me a refresher of what to talk about. But other than that, though, like I'm just rambling off the top of my head. So there's no like the only time I edit something is like if I took too long to get the video started and then I cut out the first 10 seconds or something like that. I don't know. That's all I do. Okay, so I'm just ranting and raving here. Okay, no script, zero. We're just doing it live. Also, and then there was Tekken 8 that came out, and but I'm going to play that game. I'm going to play that game on PC. And apparently it wasn't so good on launch. It seems to be better now, a week later, not even a full week later, but half a week later. It seems like it's in a better spot, but I think I'm going to just wait around and see, ask either my friends that are playing it or see some people who are streaming it, some smaller streamers, and see how the connection is, because I've been there too, guys. I've been there too. A game comes out, you're in that honeymoon phase. Oh, there's little things you kind of downplay the negative parts of it, but you're kind of like, oh yeah, but it's really good here and there. Like, and you know what? I'm probably going to get a lot of that right now. So I'm going to just wait. Again, there's no rush to get a fighting game. They're not going. I mean, Tekken's going to be out for a while. Tekken 8's going to be out for a long while. Okay. So it's not like I'm going to have to worry about seasons or being behind or anything. But I'm going to just wait until I see like it's in a good spot. From what I've heard, okay, and I haven't done any researching, looking up or anything, they're still using the same netcode they did in Tekken 7, which doesn't really give me a lot of confidence. So we'll see. I mean, I play it on PC. I'm hardlined. I'll be fine. The only thing what sucks is when you start just getting, when all you get is a string of Wi-Fi players, and that's the only matches you get. And it happens with Street Fighter 6. It happens with with their CFN, which honestly I think that's gonna be almost that's gonna be like my standard when it comes to online fighting games. Is it as good as CFN, the Capcom Fighter Network that Capcom has, or is it something like Guilty Gear Strive, which wasn't perfect at launch, but to me, Guilty Gear Strive feels like it's in a good spot now. So we'll see if Tekken's online capabilities could be on par with those two companies' rollback netcode, then I will definitely go into it and want to pick up Tekken. But right now, I mean, I still have Street Fighter to play. I still have Guilty Gear to play. I have the demo version of Grand Blue Fantasy Versus to play, so it's not like I'm lacking for fighting games. So it is what it is. It's just unfortunate. Like I was really excited for these games to come out, and then they come out in a state where they were lacking, to say, for lack of better words. And then that brings me to the third game I was excited for, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. And I was really gonna get this one, guys. I saw it. I knew it was gonna be $70, but you know what? I had such a great time with Like a Dragon that I was like, you know what? $70 for fun ass game, I'll get it. I had such a great time. Unfortunately, Sega decided to do this weird thing where they wanted to put New Game Plus behind a paywall. So it is the base game $70. The deluxe version, $85. You'll get, extra little things along the way, like maybe some outfits or some things to help some experience boosters or different jobs or classes or whatever. And then, the ultimate, $110, you'll get some more of that stuff, And, with the deluxe version and the ultimate version, you'll get access to New Game Plus. It's like, that's like a basic game feature that should be like, that's always been free in every game that I've played. Like, can you imagine, guys, okay? Imagine you're playing Elden Ring. You've just completed your adventure. Would you like to start again? Yes. That'll be $15. Like, what? Excuse me? Yeah, you want to do New Game Plus? It's $15. Imagine playing Armored Core 6, right? You finished all your missions, right? And now to get, because to do the alternate missions in New Game Plus, imagine when you want to go back and play again, FromSoft says, oh, that'll be $15, please. Can you imagine doing that? That kind of be like, wait, this is New Game Plus. Why are you guys charging me for this? That's like that is where I say, okay, I cannot in good faith like support this. I'm not. So I saw that and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna buy this game day one. I'm not. I'm actually gonna just wait till this game goes on discount. I mean, whether that's sometime in the spring for the spring sale or sometime in the summer sale, or maybe if it's not till next year in the Steam winter sale, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna pay $70 and support this kind of behavior. That's ridiculous. I mean, and look, I'm not here to tell you guys how to spend y'all's money. I just want to call out what I think are nefarious, what is scummy, and just bring it to y'all's attention and let y'all know and how I'm going to handle the situation, because I don't think that Sega should be rewarded with my hard-earned money, $70. Excuse me, guys, still thirsty. I don't think I should reward them with my hard-earned money for doing something stupid like putting New Game. Look, the game has, even if you just bought the base version, the game still has a whole bunch of DLC and microtransactions. Anything ranging from, it has $158. If go to Steam, guys, it has $158 worth of little DLCs in there, and it ranges from anything from $2 for an outfit or a class, or up to $20 for some bundles and extra experience kits and whatever like that. But even then, look, all that aside, if it had it, yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but you know what? It's whatever. If you want to make more money on a $70 game, whatever. It's there. It's fine. But it's just something like New Game Plus. That's just like really just irked me in the wrong way, and I just decided, yeah, I'm not gonna support this BS. This is ridiculous. Like again, I have Yakuza Zero just sitting in my library that I picked up for a big discount years ago. I could play that. It's gonna give me lots of content, lots of hours to do. And I could go, do some of the Sega Yakuza backlog and pick some of those games up on the cheap until Infinite Wealth goes on sale, because it will go on sale, guys. It will go on sale. Okay, so don't feel like you have to be playing the latest and greatest. There's a lot of games out there right now. Some of them are even on discount that you could be playing meantime. Don't feel like you have to play everything right now and give them all the money. Do not let them know that this is not okay. Okay, peace. What else was there, guys? Yeah, those three kind of really bummed me out. It really upset me. What else do we want to talk about, guys? Can we talk about Suicide Squad? Kill the Justice League. I know I already trashed on this game a couple of weeks ago, but it is about to release on the 2nd of February, which is Friday of the end of this week. Unfortunately, or fortunately, maybe to teach some folks a lesson, right? Nah, don't be that way. It's not their fault. Unfortunately, the people who purchased the early access, the $100 version of the game, the deluxe version for $100, which gives you a whole bunch of like cosmetic stuff, outfits, and everything. But it gives you 72-hour early access. Unfortunately for those folks, the servers went down. And that has to be a real like F you. Like they just like flip you off right in your front of your face, and you're just kind of like smiling and taking it. That's what I like. It probably feels like, because they're like, we'll take your money. Oh, and guess what? The server's down, so you can't play. So all that early access, you're gonna have to wait till we fix our servers, and it has to have an online connection. And I did bring that up last time, guys. I think they said they're gonna have an offline mode post launch. That's when they have an offline mode. And of course, I mean, I'm sure you can play offline, but I'm sure to get all the end game content, all the cool stuff, you have to play like online and do the season stuff like that. So let's not hold our breath saying, oh yeah, offline mode will be just as fine. No. They know where the money's at. They know how to get you. And again, going back to all these scummy practices that these AAA developers are doing to separate you from your money, just to treat you like a wallet, it's ridiculous. I think 2024 for gaming is already starting off in a really bad shape. Another thing I want to bring up with Kill the Justice League is, so it's this, you have to be online. You got to be online. You don't have to pay for the seasons. It's like a live service game. So you're gonna be paying for seasons to do that stuff. I'm pretty sure you have to be paying for. I'm not okay. You know what? I don't know if you have to be paying for seasons. I don't know if it's kind of like Fortnite or something like that, or something. But just what I'm trying to say is subscriptions upon subscriptions upon subscriptions, and next thing you know, you're just paying out your wallet just to play all these games, because you're gonna have to pay for your PlayStation subscription. You're paying for the season pass. Oh my god, I don't know. You know what? I don't know where I'm going with that, right, guys? But just the fact that it's online, I just think that's ridiculous. And another thing that I was thinking about it also is, Marvel's Avenger tried doing this also 3 years ago. Remember their game, their live service game, and you can't even buy that game. It's been delisted. Everything you spent on it, they're not refunding anything. If you're telling me Marvel's Avengers, like one of the biggest franchises, comic book franchises, didn't make it in a video game, live service, what do you think Suicide Squad is? What do you think these B-listed, these C-listed anti-heroes are gonna be like, how think they're gonna hold up? Think about it, guys. I mean, also, like, review codes haven't gone out, so you don't even know how the game plays. And honestly, I mean, yeah, you know, I'm a big believer of not going to these big box, game review websites because they're all bought off and everything, and have, conflict of interest and stuff like that. But even then, not that you have to like go to them for reviews, but the fact that they're not even getting reviews to tell you what the game's about, to get like just a rough idea, that's kind of, to me, that's kind of like a red flag right there. Like stuff like Metacritic and IGN and whatever, like I would recommend just actually talking to people that actually play the game, maybe going on Twitch and see people who are playing it and ask them directly what they feel of the game, how they feel about the game. But um yeah, I don't know how Suicide Squad's gonna be, and honestly, I really do think it's gonna be a big flop. That they've been working on that game for 9 years. I think I think it's gonna be bad. That's all I gotta say about that. So it's up to you guys. If you do play it, please let me know. Send a comment down there and just and tell me what you think of the game. I mean, is it actually a fun game? Is it cool? Do you not mind having the online connection? Oh, and they added like de novo onto it at the last minute before launch. Now, de novo, DRM, all that stuff, guys. I've heard people say it impacts the game. Now, me personally, my computers that I play on, they're pretty good. Right now, I'm using, I have a Ryzen 5 7600 CPU, and my GPU is an NVIDIA 4070. So they're pretty good. Now, what does DRM do? Apparently, I haven't seen for myself, but apparently it's running in the background while the game plays to make sure it doesn't get hacked or doesn't get cracked or, do any funny business with it. And it has like, it does causes, performance issues. I can't say that when I picked up a new game, I had issues with de novo. I can't say that. I don't know. It's one of those things that I have to see firsthand. I will have to see the evidence. I know some people say it does have an impact. I've heard, articles saying that it's been very minimal, or they don't, or it's depending on the PC. There's too many variables that I haven't looked up, so I cannot comment on what that does, to the performance. But from what I heard, it's not a well perceived thing to have DRM, de novo, or any of those, services on the game. What I do know is when a publisher or developer removes the DRM or de novo, that usually means the game is probably done. I learned that lesson with MBCI when Capcom said, "Yep, we're removing the de novo." It pretty much means, yeah, we don't care what happens to this game anymore. So good luck. I did want to talk about. I don't know if you guys heard the stuff about Capcom, how they feel about mods and stuff like that, which is a good transition, right? We're watching Monster Hunter. I'm watching the replay itself. I'm sure you guys heard about that when Capcom said that they think mods are cheating, and people were going around saying, "Oh, they're adding de novo to their older stuff," like that. I haven't searched it. I've heard some things here and there about different perspectives. I'm not here to talk about that. What I do want to talk about is Capcom thinking that mods are cheating and how they're going to more start cracking down on it. And the way I see it is, guys, especially I'm sure you've all heard now. You've probably seen that the new Chun-Li mod that was on during a tournament that was being streamed on Twitch. Apparently, some Coomer forgot to turn off that outfit while they were streaming the tournament, and we saw Chun-Li in all her glory, right? So Capcom saw that, and they're letting people know that they think that mods are cheating, and I think that's what, and I don't think it's in the vein of protecting the integrity of their IP. I don't think they really care about that. What I think they care about is they're seeing people, especially on the PC side, and this is Capcom saying that they want to focus more on the PC side of things when it comes to gaming instead of consoles. I think they see that and they notice, wait, people on PC are just making mods for their own costumes. These costumes that we're selling for $12 a piece, they're not gonna buy it. So that's my reason why they're cracking down on saying that mods are cheating. I think it's mostly for stuff like that, for like their flagship franchises. And I've heard some people talk about how on Monster Hunter World and Rise, they play with a whole bunch of mods to help clean up the game. Maybe change the UI or clean it up or reduce some of the effects or something like that, which is fine. Like, I mean, the way I see it is, if you purchase the game and you want to play with mods, that's totally up to you. Okay, you purchased the game. This is, in my opinion, this is your game. It's legally probably not. You probably just paid for a license. That stuff that you scroll through and say I accept. You're really paying for a license to play the game. It's not yours. But to me, I would say, yeah, you paid the money. This is your game. If you want to put mods on there, that's all on you. Me personally, I'm a purist. I don't play with mods. I don't mess with that. I'm of the mindset of, look, this is the artist's intention of how they want you to play the game. Have at it. If you want to do it mods, that's all on you. But with Street Fighter, with Capcom, I'm pretty sure they see people with their custom costumes that are, and some of them are really good. Okay, some of them are cringy. Some of them are cringy. Okay, we've seen those before. Okay, but some of them are really nice and really cool. And when you start seeing stuff like that, I think that's when Capcom realizes, oh, we're missing out on money if they're doing mods and stuff like that. So I'm very black pilled when it comes to freaking the video game business, guys. So that's what I think when it comes to Capcom. I think it's all about, oh, we're just missing out on money if we're allowing the PC players make their own mods. I mean, of course, console players, they're not modding anything. They're stuck between the hardware that's in that little box that's behind their TV. I just wanted to bring that up, guys. I don't know if you guys have that take on it, but that's my take with the whole mods and Capcom doing things. I know there was a whole bunch of information that wasn't true out there, and I'm not a big fan of Maximilian, but I did watch a video of him just kind of like breaking down of what is and what isn't. So I mean, check it out. What else do we want to talk about, guys? Suicide Squad, those 3 games. Speaking of January being a really rough month for gaming, all the layoffs at Microsoft under the Activision-Blizzard King acquisition. Activision-Blizzard, we know Activision-Blizzard. King, which I had, because people were calling it ABK. I'm like, what's ABK? I know Activision-Blizzard, but what's K? K is for King. King is a social gaming that Activision-Blizzard purchased right before they got purchased before Microsoft. A purchase before the purchaseception. Yeah. So and King Games, they do like online games like Candy Crush and stuff like that. So Activision-Blizzard King, we'll just call them ABK for that stuff. So apparently there is 1,900 layoffs between Activision-Blizzard King and Xbox, mostly Activision ABK, which is unfortunate, right? I mean, but I'm not a businessman at all. Okay, I have my wife do my taxes. Okay, but that's kind of par for the course, right? When one company eats up another company, I guess they kind of look over like, all right, this is redundant. We don't need this extra team because we have this already in house. We don't need this because we already have a version of this. So either if you can't find spots for them, lay them off. And I guess that's what happened. Also, the whole pandemic, the working from home, that bubble has burst. I'm not say we. I'm one of the corporate bigwigs. I'm pretty sure the head honchos want people, they want asses in chairs in the office so they can see what's going on, and I'm sure the working from home part is they're probably cracking down on that. So I mean, with the pandemic being over, everybody's returning back to work. Redundancies, these games that are being, this just hit me right now. These games that are being like unsustainable, that are costing 200 million, 3 million, 5 million, 300 million. I mean, we've seen the rumors. How much did the Spider-Man 2 cost? 300 million to make. how much was like all these Sony games? Like, yeah, these games are not you like. This is why. This is why. And it got me thinking, right, guys? We'll go back to Activision Blizzard. I'm going on a tangent here. I'm going to rant. This is why when Spider-Man 2, when they're they want to be all LGBTQ whatever, but apparently their Middle Eastern version of the game has all that cut out and censored. They got all the flags removed. They got all that the quest to help the little two boys ask each other for a date. They got all that removed, right? They had to. They needed to make as much money as possible for Daddy Disney, and to recover as much all the losses or the money spent, the 300 million on making that game. So to me, it makes sense. Yeah, that I mean, it's not about standing up for something. No, you guys want to sell everything. And anyways, guys, it just dawned on me right now. So anyways, yeah. So yeah, these games being this big, being huge, and I think that's another reason what has Palworld going for them, right? It's like a very small game with a bunch of like a team of 15, 20, maybe even less, doing something big and it's catching fire. And then you see, these big old games costing hundreds of millions and then doing everything they can to nickel and dime you just so they can make their money back, a la freaking Like a Dragon or, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. So, yeah, I think these games are just way too big now. They're just bloated and it's become a business. And, there's some... I want to say that I'm trying to look at both sides here, guys, like the benefits of it. Like, yeah, this much bigger budget, you got a lot more, a lot more options, a lot more features. You got higher, you could spend on getting the game to look out like what the developers wanted, whether it's the story or the visuals or the actual gameplay. But then you start thinking about it, at what cost though? At what cost? Hiding New Game Plus behind a paywall? Behind making it a live service game, behind charging you $100 just to get some to get some cool stuff in the game. I don't know, guys. I think that's about it for today. Yeah, but Activision Blizzard, not so good, especially they finally bought them. They talked about in October, this is going to be awesome for them. They can't wait to look forward. And then 4 months later, here comes the cuts. It sucks. I feel for those people. It's very hard to make it out in this in the world today. I mean, your dollar doesn't go as far. Groceries are expensive, gas is expensive, rent is expensive. And then where are you gonna have to make a cut, right? You have to cut on the luxuries, right? What? You're gonna not get gas to go to work? You know what I'm talking about? You're not gonna pay rent. You have to. So we're gonna make the cut. Probably in the video games. And unfortunately, we're starting to see that with the developers, where the games are since layoffs, and it's been a trend. It's been an unfortunate trend, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna end anytime soon, guys. So let's end it on high. Let's end it on something positive, guys. Let's end it on something positive. Go play a game that you like. It doesn't have to be new. Just make something that you enjoy, that you have a good time with, that makes you feel like you just get lost in the moment. Mine is, playing Monster Hunter. I have a really good time, even when I'm playing by myself or with other people. Elden Ring is one of my favorite games. I'm still waiting for the DLC. I cannot wait for that DLC. That is something I have. I try not to be a fanboy, guys, about companies, but FromSoft, I am fanboy, but not that obnoxious fanboy. The one that's like, oh, whatever they make is freaking gold. It's awesome. It's the best game ever. You're the other games like, no, I'm not that fanboy. Okay, I'm fanboy. Like, all right, they're gonna put some good stuff out there. I can't wait to play it. I know it's gonna work on day one. I'm excited. That's how I am when it comes to fanboy. Not the whole like console war, Sony ponies, Xbox. That kind of not that kind of fanboy. Okay. Anyways, guys, go play some games that you enjoy. Get some exercise. Get some fresh air, get outside, do some fun things, guys. Take care of yourselves, play some games, and let me know what you think, okay? Sound off in the comments and let me know what you think, what you've been playing. What do you think about the current state of video games? How do you feel about it? And make sure to catch the streams. I'm streaming all sorts of things, whether it's Monster Hunter, Yakuza, fighting games, Armored Core. I mean, I'm everywhere, guys. So just drop by, say hello, tell me what you think, and I really appreciate it. All right, guys, that's it for me for today. Enjoy your week. Enjoy the podcast. Have a great time. Take care of yourselves, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, guys.